Jody.
Yay!
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, but I'm scared.
Are you? Talk
Yes.
to me why you're scared.
I've had many wax that have I could tell what they waxed off was never coming back.
Okay, so let's
I'm
look. Can I
now
look at
very
your brows?
scared. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to clip your hair away so we can all kind of see what's
the
happening
thinness.
here. Okay, so you have a little PTSD.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, and so you haven't done your brows in how long?
Like 3 years.
Okay.
All
All right, so here's what we know right now, right? With this little bit of information, what we know is that they're not going to grow back. I can't tell her to go home and grow her brows. 3 years that's all you're going to get, right? So what we're going to do is I'll tell you a couple things about your brows. So
Okay.
first of all, what I can see is a while ago, or 3 years ago, somebody tried to arch you right here, which is really early. It's a very common mistake. The arch does belong behind the iris, so back here. And when you end up with little holes in the front like that, it just means somebody was trying to arch you early and didn't quite understand your optimal brow shape.
So sad.
Well, it's okay. Wait, I'm going to make magic. Ready? Okay, the other thing I want to tell you, remember we talked at the first 3 tips about the direction of the hair growth? So the direction of your brows actually grows down. So the way you can tell that is here the roots grow up and to the side, and here they actually grow this way. You can kind of see the hairs, and I'll show you with the spoolie. So here, if you brush them up, they make kind of a U shape when they grow down. They never get quite clean.
I've actually been taking mine and trying to get this.
Right, but so hers grow up, so it's easier, right? Yours don't. Yours grow up in the front, but actually here they grow down. And so what we should do is listen to what your brow is telling us, actually, right? Your brow is saying, I actually grow this way. If you want to get a better arch in here, you're going to have to cut it in. So that's what I'm going to do. May I?
Do this.
Wow.
Can you
Wait,
take a
this is
deep
perfect.
breath?
Are you okay?
Amy wants to know where you put the arch, so this is perfect.
Yes, so
Amy, are
here's-
you listening?
Here's how I'm going to do it. And I will say this is very common. The backs of my brows grow down as well. It's very common in Asian brows. Asian brows grow down all the time. The only way to get your arch in there is to cut it in. So
You're fine, Jody.
We got this.
it's
need a
a
cocktail.
2-second, yeah.
Who's got
Wrong
the
segment,
cocktail?
yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to put my scissor sort of right in here where her arch is, and I'm just going to snip it just a little. I don't know if you guys saw that hair pop off.
Yeah.
And we are just cleaning them up just a little, and I'm going to fill them in now. So Jody is more of a taupe color, so if you are an Ish box user, you would buy taupe.
Well, so Kayla actually wants to know how to find your specific eyebrow color.
Right. So it's very different per product. There's so many on the market today. There's gels and powders and all kinds of different things. And so to find your right color, you really have to look at your brow hair and your head hair. You know, kind of like what we were talking about with Lauren, to sort of bring the warmth back to her brow. Okay, so I'm going to just tweeze a couple hairs here.
I honestly never knew about growing down versus up.
Yeah, and why would you know that? I mean, it's not, you're good at producing.
You can't be good at everything.
You can't be good at everything.
That's quite
You have to
true.
leave something for the rest of us. Yes, so, okay, I'm just going to fine
looking
tune
really
a
good,
little.
I actually
I got you,
remember
girl.
the feeling when those hairs were waxed off that I knew are never
You
getting back.
do?
Taking you back.
Oh my, that is
Wow.
PTSD.
It is because they're so thin.
Yes, but they're not thin. Just hang on a second. So
did
this
you
is
have a
also
big
about
brow?
real estate.
Did you used to have like a bigger brow?
I think I didn't have these holes that are, that you've been making fun of me.
Not.
I love
I'm
that you,
supportive of all
but I
brows.
love that you brought it to our attention because this is such a great little fix. I'm just cleaning up the edge right here so I'm going to fill them in,
Okay.
and we're just going to get our full shape happening here.
This is
Okay.
mesmerizing to watch.
I
by the
know.
way.
I could do this all day long. Seriously, just like pull up a chair and here we go. Okay, so this is the taupe pencil. So I am going to take off this little brow hair. Okay, so now that we have, you can kind of see the shapes in there now a little bit. They're still sparse, but we're going to take our taupe and we're going to go back down here, right? We're doing border, border, fill. So we start with the bottom and we're going to fill that little hole where she had that overtaken arch bit. And we're going to come up into the corner here, and then we're going to come to our top border. And the real estate is up here. Do you guys see? You have to commit to that. You can't be afraid.
Now is
Okay.
that somewhere you'll put a like hair stroke?
I could. So if she could be 2 products as well.
Got it.
We could go back in and toss some hair strokes in here, or we could just do one step where we do just the taupe pencil. Turn towards me a tiny bit. Okay, and then obviously the spoolie is always the magic at the end.
Gotta blend it out.
Gotta
Yep.
blend it out. Yeah, you don't want those borders to show. And then remember, she has this little hole, so we don't want to blend that off, right? So we got to keep the filler in the hole, but we do want the rest of it to look soft and pretty. And where she doesn't have a lot of hair, we definitely want to kind of keep the product in. With and with it looking soft in the front, you always want to make sure your fronts are a little bit softer. And that's where I usually like to toss in some hair strokes, just because you don't need a block to start your brow. Those hard edges, never a good look. Okay, I'm gonna actually fine tune her arch a little bit more.
Everyone is loving the arch tip.
Amazing, I love it. So we're just gonna jump in here and just give her a little bit more of an arch. And wait till she sees her
The difference is ridiculous.
brow, right?
I can't wait to be transformed.
I mean, it's already happened. I just need to do your other side so you match.
So Wendy would like to know how to cover part gray brows, if you have any tips for that.
So Part Gray Brows is a great brow gel product, or I would tint them. You can brow tint with a vegetable dye, and usually gray is good to have just like a taupey color. You can taupe down those gray brows. So this is sort of the before and after. Can you guys sort of see?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Jody!
Who knew?
Right? So there's nothing small about these brows. You just have to use all your real estate, and you have to listen to the hairs. They grow down. She'll never get an arch in the right spot if she tries to brush them up. So should we do the other side?
Yes,
Okay.
please do the other side.
Wow, this is
Clarissa says
fascinating.
this is magic, and
I
Carrie
love it.
says she could watch this all day long. So yes, let's
I
please
love
do
it.
the other
Perfect.
side.
It's
Very
funny
well.
too, because like there's trends obviously that you want to emulate, but it's about knowing how to translate it for yourself as opposed to just
And that's the most
copying.
important thing. And it's one thing that I say, we definitely do it on our Instagram. If you are brow obsessed, I would love to tell you to go follow Flybrow. Because we do brows all day long. I give tips in every before and after picture. I'm obsessed with helping the world get better brows, because I would rather walk around and be like, amazing, amazing, amazing. I don't want to be like, oh, if I could only stop her in the elevator and teach her how to fill her eyebrows in better. So anyway, same thing on this side. So you see they're kind of sparse in the tail. They were taken off. They grow down. So if we try and brush them up, they're going to do that U thing again, where they just kind of go U-y.
They get thinner.
They get thinner, yes. So the only way to fully maximize them is to brush them down. Can I turn your head this way, or am I stepping in front of anything here? Okay, so sorry, I just need to really quickly snip that up. Okay, one more. I know this is probably not good for TV, my elbow in your face, but okay, we can turn her
Liz
back.
is glued to watching this. We are all
Amazing.
mesmerized. Also, your nails, I just have to say, are
thank you.
amazing.
If you live in LA, I get them done in Santa Monica. Pinky's Nails.
Love that.
I'm always I feel like my hands are my tools. So that's where the attention goes.
Oh, absolutely. That's how I noticed them. I'm staring right at them.
There you go. Thank you. Okay, so you see how we kind of gave her that arch back in the right spot again? It's kind of moved back a little, and again, we didn't make them thin. Sometimes cleaning up a brow actually makes it look thicker if you clean it up properly. Sometimes people think that if they just grow them all over the place, it will be a thicker brow. But the truth is, it's thicker when it has tighter margins.
I feel like I should take Jody's pulse right now with those tweezers on her face.
I know. Are you okay? Are you
I
doing
actually
okay?
trust you completely. I feel
Thank
zen.
you. Amazing.
So we have a question. When you're strategically cutting the brows and
Yes.
you only do the front half, can you talk a little bit more about how to know? I'm assuming you should probably go to a professional for something like that.
I think cutting is not something you should do at home. To be honest, I think there's a lot of cutting mistakes. So when people brush their brows all the way up and hold them and then kind of cut it in and then you let it go and it's like tick, 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 not a good thing.
Not a good look.
Never hold and cut. If you're gonna cut yourself, you're gonna want to brush them and let them bounce. So the hairs kind of want to do what they want to do anyway, and they're gonna bounce, and then you can trim them a little bit. And sometimes you just need to trim the tips off. It's enough. You don't need to make that tight, hedgy look if you're not a professional and you want to do it at home.
Danielle
So-
says your brows are looking gorgeous.
Amazing.
And Summer wants to know if it's okay to brow tint with men's beard dye.
I hear that a lot. It is. It is. Just be careful that it's not. Men's beard dye is meant to really take like a thick, coarse hair. So just don't do it too dark. I would hate for you to have like black Groucho Marx
Yeah, we don't want that.
eyebrows. And anything's with trial. I would take a little bit of that beard dye and just tint the back end if it takes and it's really nice, then you can do your
Fill
whole
in the
brow.
rest of it.
Yeah.
How do you know if waxing, tweezing, or threading is best for you?
So they're all just different techniques. I prefer waxing and tweezing. I think waxing is really clean. It gets all the like little baby hairs off of your brows. But I think that threading is just like a cultural thing. I don't love it for eyebrows. I think it's not as exact to me. I also am not 100% sure if you need a license to be a threader. Someone else can confirm that. I have no idea. But you know, you have to be licensed to do waxing and tweezing in this country. And so, all right, now I have to make sure they're even, and I feel like I don't want you guys staring at my booty if I step in front of the camera.
Now, is there somewhere specific the tail should end in relation to the eye?
So, you know, it's funny, you can do all those measurements, but sometimes it's hard to know when you're getting it right or not. Basically, it's up from a diagonal from the corner of the eye. It's my opinion that you shouldn't really take anything off the ends because, you know, even if they feel really too long, they're not going to blend into your hair. Unless you're maybe Middle Eastern, Persian, Indian, you could need to sort of pick an end to that. But most of the time, where they end is where they should end. A lot of people, it's a fad right now, where they take them to a pointy tip, then they cut off your actual natural tail. It's not my style. I prefer more nature over manufactured.
Yeah.
So-
Sarah says this is super therapeutic to watch. People are really into this.
I love it. Yay.
And everyone also wants to know what your Instagram is again so that they can follow you.
Yes, so my Instagram for Flybrow is @Flybrow, FLYBROW, and you'll see all kinds of brows. You can't get stuck in the wrong place. And then if you wanted to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me @SusieMoldovan. And don't ask me how to spell it. Just kidding.
It's in our description somewhere.
Okay, hold on. Let me just fine tune this corner. Now that it's all coming together, you guys can see it sort of taking shape.
Yeah, they look beautiful, Susie.
Thank you.
I mean, the difference is truly magic.
Yeah, this is a girl who was like brushing her brows up and was so worried about them being
Who was
small.
I know. What was I doing?
Where are you
I
going
know.
out tonight, Jodes?
Yeah,
make
right?
plans.
Also, remember, I want her to think of me tomorrow morning.
Yes.
It's like she can go out tonight, fine, because I filled them in. But I would love for her tomorrow morning to wake up and be like, oh my God, my brows have an arch. Because that would be
A
amazing.
beautiful arch.
A beautiful arch.
This really is so fascinating.
I love it. I
you for
really
all
love
your
it.
tips.
Thank you so much for having me. I could talk eyebrows all day long.
I mean, Alicia is finding these tips super useful. Everyone is loving it.
Thank you.
Everyone, we are using the Ish brow pencil
In taupe.
in taupe.
Yes.
And we use
Jody's a
medium
taupe.
brown, I
Medium
think,
brown.
on
Yes,
Lauren.
medium
Yeah.
on Lauren.
Medium
Exactly.
brown.
So let's see how we feel.
Oh my God, look at you.
My new woman?
Yes, you're a brand new woman.
Treasure face.
Wow.
I mean, we didn't even take any before and after
Who
pictures,
knew?
but you guys saw it. happen
Honestly,
live.
I really, really
Oh,
appreciate
here,
this.
do you want to
I
see
mean,
it in
yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah,
mirror?
please, take a look.
Wow, honestly, I'm actually pretty stunned.
Aren't you?
Yes.
Wait, it also helped you have an amazing blowout this morning.
Wow. Thank you so much.
So maybe you do need to go out tonight.
Maybe
You
I
really
will.
do. You both
Wait, I
look
really appreciate
fantastic.
this.
You are so welcome. I'm
It's
so
just
happy
being
to do
armed
it.
with the right information.
That's it.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. My
Oh my
pleasure.
God.